Joined now by Naomi Wimborne-Idrissi, who's a member of the Jewish Voice for Labour. Why not just resolve this whole controversy over the code by doing as so many other organisations have and simply accepting the international code?
Okay, let's be very clear about what that code is. There is no such thing as an agreed international code. There's a document that has been pushed for many years now by pro-Israel organisations, and the problem with it is that it includes in its provisions elements that are designed to prevent certain kinds of criticism of Israel and of Zionism. It's designed to do that. And the danger that this presents has been identified by many Jewish commentators. We in Jewish Voice for Labour, and many of our friends, really resent the fact that it's presented as if there's one internationally recognised definition and all Jews want it. We don't. The harshest critics, the most coherent critics, have been leading Jewish intellectuals such as Anthony Lerman, former head of the Institute of Jewish Policy Research, Brian Klug, a leading expert on anti-Semitism, and even, this is significant, Kenneth Stern, an American academic who drafted the original document, which has morphed into this IHRA thing because it represses freedom of speech. And why do people adopt it with such alacrity? Well, let's face it, if you go to a local authority or a governmental body and you say, we've got this thing which is going to get rid of anti-Semitism, people will go, oh my God, we all hate anti-Semitism, tick. I have been at council meetings, I've been in council chambers where the document is presented, there's no discussion, no debate, everybody just puts their hand up. It's a fake, Norman, it is a fake, and we are being snowed with this thing. What Labour has done is to really coherently take on board everything that's good about it. Everything. I mean, you can look at it line by line. What they've done where it's dubious, where it endangers freedom of speech, they have expanded it, they've discussed it. Is it anti-Semitic to say that Israel is a racist state? Maybe it is sometimes, but often it is not, and we have to be free to say that when it is not anti-Semitic.
Most Jewish organisations, pretty much every strand of religious opinion in the Jewish community has been critical of Labour for not adopting wholesale.
We've been told Labour is an anti-Semitic
But is the point not this?
Is the point not this,
that if someone sees something as racist, they feel it is racist, you should give regard to them and accept what they say, rather than assuming you know better?
No, okay, of course you should give regard to them, and that's what Lord Macpherson said in his inquiry into the death of Stephen Lawrence, that you should have regard to the perception of the victim. He did not say, and this is absolutely critical, he did not say that that alleged victim has the absolute right to decide and pass judgment on the person they allege is guilty of race hate. That's a completely different thing, and these people from the Jewish community, I'm afraid, are doing all of us a terrible disservice by saying that only Jews may say if they are a victim of anti-Semitism. If somebody says to me, I don't like what Israel's doing, I don't like the Jewish nation state bill that's just come out, which is deeply racist, and if I say that person's an anti-Semite, I don't expect the law to believe me.
Politically,
I expect the law to look into it, and that's what the Labour Party is trying to juggle.
Politically, you will know this row has now been going on for months and months and months in different guises.
Yes.
Can Jeremy Corbyn actually draw a line under it?
This is very difficult because, and I know it's controversial to say this, the reason for the row is not genuine concern about real anti-Semitism. There's lots of that around in Poland, on the streets of Westminster. It's becoming terrifying that we really are facing a rise of the right, the white supremacist right. But what all Jeremy Corbyn can do to satisfy his critics, to be absolutely honest, Norman, would be to resign. And then it would all stop.
You think this is all a proxy for attacking Mr Corbyn's leadership?
The way it's being manipulated, I mean, look at where we are now. Tory government's in meltdown, Brexit's chaos. What's the Parliamentary Labour Party doing? Instead of sitting down in a collegiate fashion, discussing strategy for how to deal with the situation in Parliament, they're attacking Labour as the greatest threat to Jews in this country. The trouble is nobody out there believes them. Your viewers are going to be thinking, what is all this about? Okay. Are Jews really concerned to shut us up about Palestine and nothing else matters? It's dangerous for us.
Okay, Naomi Wimborne-Idrissi, thanks.